first off, give Middle Tennessee a lot of credit for getting down and finding a way to fight back in it. You know, Coach McDermott's done a tremendous job with them, and that's why they'd won 6 out of the last 8 games coming into here. But I'm awful proud of our guys, the way they responded. You know, it was in first half, we were really good, up 10, and as the way we was up 10, I think we were shooting 68%. Had a few turnovers. We gave up, I think, 6 points off some turnovers that first half, or it could have been stretched out. I thought it was really important to come out and win those first 4 minutes. We win those first 2 minutes to go up 16. At the 4-minute mark, I think it was back down to 13. So we won the first 4 minutes. But at that point, you know, Middle didn't go away. Give them some credit. They jumped up and made some plays. We had a little stretch there where offensively we didn't score. I think it was either 6 or 7 possessions there, and they scored and got back in that lead and took that lead. But again, that's why you play 40 minutes. You don't play 30, 20, 30, you play 40. And through 40 minutes, our wheel had to be stronger than their wheel. I thought the second half we took care of the basketball much better. We had only 4 turnovers the second half. Those 3 primary ball handlers, I think, had 13 assists and 4 turnovers, Dave, Rawls, and E-Man. When Mike has that middle range jump shot going, he's hard to contain. He had it going. I thought E-Man was huge in that second half. We kept getting him in that post, and everybody made big plays. You know, Jarris made a big 3 over in that corner. You know, Dante goes 3 for 5. J-Mar gives us 11 points tonight, and those guys came off the bench all at it too. And again, winning and losing is a fine line, but I'm awful proud of the way our guys stayed together and fought for 40 minutes, because very easily could have caved in after losing that lead. And give Middle Tennessee a lot of credit for clawing back in there and taking that lead. Questions?
Right, obviously Davion, big game for you. I thought, as you said, really showed off what he could do offensively with that mid-range jumper, in addition to, you know, driving and penetration. It's one of his better overall games, I thought. What do you think?
Well, we've seen him do it a lot. You know, he's had that mid-range go in different times, but he was really, really good tonight. And then the big stat was this too, and this is a winning stat always. When you can make more free throws than the opponent shoots, and we won that one big tonight. We were 27 for 29, and I think they attempted 14. So 27, they make 9. That's a huge stat. And we were in attack mode. Dave downhill, E-Man that post, going to foul J-Mar some of those lobs. You know, give J-Mar credit too. I told him he needs to frame that stat sheet. Stepped up and went 4 for 4. And that's good. Gotten better. You know, when he can do that, that's huge. But again, just a great team effort.
You know, Jarris has that big rebound with about a minute left, and then goes down and hits those 2 free throws. I mean, how big was that for you guys in that moment? And, you know, how good was it to happen in a moment like that?
Well, it was big. You know, I know he lost a little confidence in that first half. He turned that ball over twice, and you know, I made a decision second half, let him handle it again, because we changed too much. He's going to take his confidence around, because we trust him enough. We trusted him, and he was able to be much more efficient because we want him in that game. And late in that game, like you said, he went there and got a huge rebound. And like I say, he jumped over in that corner, made a big 3. I don't remember what that score was, but it was really tight, and we needed to score right there.
With those turnovers tonight, but this could be a little bit of maybe missed passes and stuff, this errant passes. How do you think the team can maybe sharpen those up a little bit?
Well, to be honest with you, we only turned it over 12 times against a pretty pressing team. You know, I wish we didn't turn it over 12 times. But, you know, only 4 times second half. And they're a pressing team. They're athletic. They're quick. And some of those turnovers were, you know, those self-inflicted ones that you got to eliminate some of them. But through 40 minutes, most of the time, if you're only going to turn it over 12 times against a pressing team, most of the time you'll live with that.
He doesn't have the most eye-popping numbers on the stat sheet, but every time Marshall comes in a game, it kind of feels like it gives you a boost, especially with his energy on the offensive side. What do you like from him, and what have you seen so far this season?
What you just said, energy. That's an athletic game tonight. Those guys are athletes, middle, all those guys, 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", athletic. But Wu has that athleticism to go in there and play with them, and he plays hard. He had a couple, stole that ball and got that dunk in transition. I think we're always hitting for a layup around that rim. I think he went in there and got another, I think he got another dunk in there somehow. But, he plays hard. Does that mean? He plays hard and brings energy, and we needed his athleticism in that game tonight.
When it comes down to these past 3 wins, Dante and Eman just both getting double-digit points. Is this exactly what you wanted when you brought both of them in the program?
That's right. Eman's a veteran. That's what we need him to be playing. He's stepping up and being more assertive, getting him in that post-up area a lot. He's really efficient in there. Too unselfish still. He needs to be more selfish in that. And you careful how you use that word, but in that post, you ain't double team, go draw a foul, score it. I thought he kicked out a couple times tonight when he wasn't doubled, or he could have went and finished some plays or drew a foul. Because again, remember, we don't get many post-ups. Jamar and starting fours, we don't get a lot of those. So we got to find other ways to get some post-ups. He's one of those guys. McKnight's the other guy. We get in that post some.
He was second on the team in field goal attempts, 5 of 11.
Who was?
Eman.
That's good. We need him to keep being aggressive and more aggressive. Every night. What I'm telling you is don't go into the post unless you're double team. Be aggressive right there. Draw a foul. We trust him there because he's a really good passer too. But sometimes, you can overpass some with him. Question, Jim.
He played Jamar played 35 minutes tonight. Several games the last couple weeks he's gone 30 minutes plus. Does that portend well for the stretch run that he's on the court? He's efficient.
Jim, it's very obvious we all like him in there defensively. It's just where it is. He's just him being in around that rim makes people think about it, where they go in there or not going there. If they do go in, you got to contend with him some. I thought he got tired that second half late. Probably played him too many minutes. But I knew we were off Saturday. Thought it was a play or two he could have made. He could have went and made, not being fatigued, but played hard. They had 11 points, 5 blocks, 5 blocks, 5 rebounds, 34 minutes. And again, because his man played 30 feet from the basket, there's not as many opportunities to get blocks. And that's what they did. They spread it out. We dropped him, played drop coverage with him, and he did a pretty good job protecting that rim still.
You guys had a dead spot there where I think it was 1 of 10 where they made their run. Does the frustration offensively contribute to some of the defensive lapses on the other side, at least in this game?
Well, listen, without watching the film, I'm not going to just say lapses. I'm going to give Middle Tennessee some credit. They jumped up and made some shots. And again, without watching any film, I'm sure there's lapses. Through 40 minutes, there are going to be lapses. But, I remember Middle Tennessee making some good plays, some big shots in that stance. Without watching the film, I do think we had 7 possessions that I don't know what happened for sure right now about watching it, we didn't score. That adds to a comeback too, right there when you don't score some points when they're scoring.
During that stretch, Dante was on the bench for a while. During that, you had Rawls in there for the 5th player in that set. Does that kind of play into the lack of offensive efficiency in that minor?
No, I'm not going to say that. Naturally, you got to rest some people sometimes. That's just where it is. I know Rawls had a couple open threes out there that didn't go, but he'll do some other things and gets pressed. We liked him in there because he's another ball handler. Another guy can handle that press too. So different guys do different things, different parts of the game.
Kind of an odd thing in this game was you had 8 different players hit their first shot tonight. Just seemed like they were really loose and ready.
Damn, you dug hard for that stat.
Huh?
You dug hard for that stat, didn't you?
Let's count them as they were getting.
First,
Eight guys hit their first field goal attempt.
yeah, where'd you find that stat at, man?
Well, they just kept doing it.
So you tell me all starting five, their first shot, they made. The first three guys off the bench, first shot they made.
Rawls and-
Really?
Yeah.
So you're asking me, what play did we run for that? Is that what you're asking me? We're going to run that same play next time. That's what you're asking.
They seemed really loose and comfortable at the start of this game.
That's the way, if you're asking me, can we bottle up and be that way every game? Love to. Wish it could do that every game, every possession, first half, second half. That's just not the way it works. Last game, I think we probably missed the first several shots, didn't we? That's just part of the game. That's the way you play for 40 minutes. But what you're saying, I guess, anytime you make shots, boy, it makes the world go round. So if you're making shots, it gives you confidence, it gives you energy defensively. Probably helped us spurt out. I don't know what we spurted out to yet. Did we get up 8 or 10 early in the game?
Yeah.
Okay, so that always adds to things. So, but you play 40 minutes, and again, I'm awful proud of these guys staying together. They got hit in that mouth in the second half. They never caved in, and they very easily could have. But we made those plays you got to make down the stretch. Proud of them. Questions? Done? All right, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.